of had a committee report on the emergency rule in Rivers State, particularly regarding the screening and approval of the chairman of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, RCEC. Lawmakers argued on the merit of nominating a non-indigene Michael Ode as chairman of RCEC, an appointment that drew strong objections from several opposition lawmakers. Okay, second topic for discussion. The National Working Committee, NWC, of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has insisted that the party's 100 Executive Council NEC meeting will proceed as scheduled on Monday, June 30. The crisis within PDP intensified on Wednesday as the Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde and former Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike clashed over the scheduled date for the party's 100th NEC meeting and the reinstatement of Samuel Anyanwu as National Secretary. So PDP is tearing itself apart even further. Again, welcome to the show. So there was commission on the floor of the Senate following the submission and consideration of the HADA committee report on the emergency rule in Rivers State, particularly regarding the screening and approval of the chairman of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, RCEC. The session became contentious after lawmaker argued on the merit of nominating a non-indigent Michael Ode as chairman of RCEC, an appointment that drew strong objections from several opposition lawmakers. The Senate Minority Leader Abba Moro expressed the disappointment, pointing out that the earlier appointment of a sole administration also.
Because you cannot bring a total stranger to come and conduct an election, to come and to pretend over the conduct of the election.
Especially when we are not in the military era.
And then, given the fact that, let's even forget about the constitutional provision. But morally, you usurp power illegally, hiding under the guise of emergency rule. You brought an outside administrator, and this time around you are bringing an outside reality of the appointment of the INEC chairman. Well, if you want to follow the legal aspect, the Constitution has guaranteed that anybody that is eligible can be appointed. And now, if the panel deems it fit that this person is eligible, regardless of state of origin, so the Constitution has backing on that. But what we are talking about here is you have usurped power. You use illegality to remove a governor in the name of emergency power rule, state of emergency. And then you are now enforcing another chairman on them from another different locality. So the people will now look at it as if, okay, it's like these strangers are coming to take over our land. And that will even dent the political crisis that is going on in Rivers. It's rather worsen than ameliorate. So the government is indirectly fighting Rivers State because of political differences. Let me just put it that way. You understand? But I want to advise that the political hiding under the guise of the law to perpetrate injustice on the community, the government should be cautious of that. It's not morally good. What is happening in Rivers State is a total breakdown of law and order. Because constitutionally, the government power in Rivers State is not supposed to be there. The constitutional provision for the declaration of state of emergency, the procedure was never followed. So that is my overview on it.
So the insecurity that's happening all over the country with the current main focus in Benue State, of course, before that it's been Benue State and Plateau State, as further bring just how unconstitutional the state of emergency in River State is, because many people are saying that these are the states that really needs the state of emergency in the first place, not River State, where it was just a political issue between a political godfather and a political godson. Nobody died, nobody was killed. So this is obviously a false state of emergency in River State, as opposed to what's happening in Benue State, and Plateau State, and
In this country, there is no more rule of law. Every year, breakdown of law and order. Everybody does anything under that. This is very, very bad. So the state of emergency actually, if we are to go about by statistics, to Benue Plateau to be the state for emergency. So these two states are the states that actually are supposed to have declared emergency. But because they are APC states, and the rule of the game is you are a suspected sinner, and there's evidence against you that yes, you have actually sinned. The only way is morally, and looking at the region, you cannot tell me that the whole of Rivers State there is nobody that is not qualified or does not match the qualification of Dr.
to handle the sole administration and the electoral position of the state.
Exactly. So we should I don't know who is the political advisor to the president. I think he should be properly guided so that the current tension in the country can be managed. Because those things is deteriorating rather than giving solutions.
And of course, you talked about the corruption and the weak state of the National Assembly in there. But what about the...
They know what they are doing. Because if there are distractions and fighting in other political parties, that will even divert the attention from government. You understand? So the opposition party currently, they are not even focused on government. They are focused on internal
conflicts,
leadership crisis. So the whole thing is a big distraction. Let's cause confusion and conflict. That is just so it's a well calculated strategy. So right now we can successfully say that there's no opposition because right now there is no opposition.
And of course, the same can be said for the opposition parties in the state. At least, if you're just tuning in, this is Matters on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We'll go for a short break. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Okay, if you're just tuning in, this is Voice of the People, and the program is Matters. And I'm still your host, Solomon Ofem. What are we talking about today? There was commission on the floor of the Senate following the submission and its consideration of HADA committee report on the new emergency rule in Rivers State, particularly regarding the screening and approval of the chairman of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, RCEC. Lawmakers argued on the merit of nominating a non-indigent Michael Ode as chairman of RCEC, an appointment that drew strong objections from several opposition. Reverse or at least done properly. Hello, sir.
Well,
Okay.
the only ticket to regarding the for the state to protect the race. Just as I said, the only thing that can guarantee you peace of mind, shield of shielding your iniquity, hiding your iniquity under the cover of the canopy, and everything that has to do with the state, even if the state is the worst sinner, the only guarantee is for protection to racism.
We can't hear you anymore. Your audio is quite low.
I'm already shouting here.
I know. I think it's the rain. It's really affecting the connection here.
Okay.
So go on. I think we can hear you now.
Okay. Let me change this. So where did we start?
I don't even remember because I was trying to strain my ears. Okay, so what legal recourse can the state governor Simila Fubara do? I know the president did not break any constitutional rule. Technically, what legal recourse can the River State governor take, to fight this? I know the party is in disarray. The People's Democratic Party is in disarray, is in crisis, right from the national level and to the state. But can he fight this without fatherism?
Yes. The failure to submit is now affecting not only him, but it's also affecting other
indigents of his state.
Yes, who are supposed to enjoy government presence and such. I think sometimes it is good to see who runs away, comes to fight the better fight next time as this. So if I hear him, I would advise him to fight close to get what he wants from the government. But what I do not subscribe to is this deception idea. That should not be a criteria for a democratic state. Because right now, the Nigeria is gradually to
no one or two persons that's causing the internal crisis, but either can't do anything or choose not to do anything about it.
You know, I earlier said that the current crisis in the other parties is orchestrated by the APC. The APC, they are just using this internal crisis as a shield, you know, to distract the general public and the party itself from actually supervising the activities of the government. So what I'm basically saying is this: whatever is happening in the PDP today, I don't see a solution to the crisis until this government is over. Because what is currently happening is
Wike is, because of course we're closer to the APC, the ruling party, and of course the Minister of FCT, which means there's certain amount of resources that are available to him. But I think there has to be political will for PDP to put their acts together if they really, really want that to happen. Suspend the PDP, suspend Nyesom Wike, they have to fight it to court, and because either way they have nothing to lose right now. The party it's tearing itself apart and it's getting worse and worse by the day. So you can as well just throw everything at it.
The truth is that a house divided against itself cannot stand. PDP is already divided against itself, both by internal and external forces. So the hope that PDP can still come together again is an aberration. I don't see it coming up because the political game has been already calculated and orchestrated, implemented anything until after 2027.
Now, there tend to be two major camps right now. We know Governor Nyesom Wike on one hand, who is like, as I said before, the powerful man in the party. But then we have the Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde on one hand, who tend to be the only person that is decided to fight the FCT minister. The Makinde camp, of course, has its own people backing him, like the governor of Enugu State, Peter Mba, the Ediri of Bayelsa State, Ademola Adeleke of Osun State, Dawuda Lawal of Zamfara State, and 11 National Working Committee members and several party chieftains in his camp. And of course, the other ones opposed to the Samuel.
The presidency is for Wike. I don't see any other factor here that can withstand Wike. So I think Makinde is just a finish. I would advise him to focus on the governance of Oyo State and forget about control over people. Because if you talk of control,
I think this is like what I just said some moments ago when I said look, the party is already tearing itself apart, and they can as well fight with everything they got. I think that's what Makinde is doing, because either way, the party is doomed either way. So you still think submission is the best way to
the fighter is a lion. There is no way other animals can withstand a lion. So no matter how big. So I will advise Makinde to just make it and forget about every other thing that is going on in the city. There's already an internal enemy in the city. And this internal enemy is an agent of the city. So you see, it's a well-calculated political game. So if anybody is expecting that there's going to be peace between now and
current affairs analyst talking to us on the Senate divide over appointment of non-indigent of the Rivers Electoral Commission. There was commission on the floor of the Senate following the submission and consideration of the HADA committee report on the emergency rule in Rivers State, particularly regarding the screening and approval of chairman of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, RCEC. Lawmakers argued on the merit of nominating a non-indigent Michael Ode as chairman of RCEC, an appointment that have drawn strong condemnations and objections from several opposition lawmakers. But of course, because of how weak the National Assembly is, well, they've not been able to do anything about it. They can only grumble and grovel, but no political will to fight that head on. And of course, the second topic of discussion, the National Working Committee, NWC of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, insisted that the party's 100th National Executive Council NEC meeting will proceed as scheduled on Monday, June 30. The crisis within PDP intensified yesterday as Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde and Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike clashed over the scheduled date for the party's 100th NEC meeting and the reinstatement of Senator Samuel Anyanwu as National Secretary. The PDP keep tearing itself apart. They keep getting from bad to worse. And of course, Makinde, have had major support of 11 National Working Committee and some governors trying to fight Wike, who has been alleged to be an APC agent in the People's Democratic Party, fighting and further destroying the party, in addition to the alleged political crisis it's causing in his own state because the now suspended radio messages. Please. So the numbers to call 0700 903 903 903. Again, 0700 903 903 903 or 0803 692 9933. Again, 0803 692 9933. Or you can call us or text us via WhatsApp. The number is 081 717 56338. Again, 081 717 56338. Okay, we have our first caller. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us.
Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon. How are you doing? Welcome to the show.
My name is Mr. Prince. I'm calling from Egbeda.
Mr. Tunde from Egbeda.
No, Solomon Ofen.
Yes, sir. Thank you for joining us on the show, sir.
I remain anonymous.
Anonymous. Okay.
Yes.
You know what we're talking about today, right? Because I don't want you talking out of scope or out of topic.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
I will say what you're talking about today.
Okay. Where are you calling from, first of all?
I am calling from Alimosho.
Alimosho. Okay. First of all, move away from your radio or TV set or switch it off totally. We're getting a whole back here. Switch the volume off totally. Either from
Is it okay?
Good. It's better that they will decide who the national secretary will be. And if after the NWC it was agreed that Samuel Anyanwu becomes the national secretary, then so be it. But the problem is the way at which he is coming. That's where the problem is. Where the bone of contention is, it is the NWC, according to the PDP constitution, that have the power to bring in a national secretary. And then if he wins in that NWC, then so be it. But the NWC have not held yet.
Now, Solomon, can you listen to me? First of all, you said January 30th. It's maybe
I say June
30th.
June 30th.
Yes, they are still insisting on that. Why NEC has said that meeting is illegal? Why? Because the thing was not co-signed. That is their.
We can only get from what both camps are saying. Now, PDP INEC coming into the matter. It's been saying the constitution does not exactly allow INEC to do that. INEC only problem, power is for them to get a notification. INEC have no power to say who the PDP national secretary is. They don't have. That is internal politics, which INEC have no power to.
No, PDP, the other side of PDP, they are just dilly-dally with the law itself. The statutory law is that if there's any letter concerning next meeting by any party, the chairman and the secretary must sign. But the PDP ab initio was dodging that side because they know that there's crisis in PDP as far as the secretaryship is concerned. So they are saying, Okoye,
And you don't think INEC is allegedly being an agent of APC to further stabilize the PDP?
Not at all. Let me tell you, if they should hold that meeting,
From please make your contribution. Oh, he's gone. Okay. Okay, let's go to some messages. Okay, we've got another call from WhatsApp. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on the show. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello, I can hear you. Can you hear
Hello,
me?
good afternoon, Solomon.
Yes, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on the show. Your name and where you're calling? You have to call us back. Look like you can't hear us.
Thing is going to go very soon, honestly. So, and it is not the fault of the president if they cannot put their own house in order.
I keep
If the opposition cannot
saying
put their
that.
house in order.
I keep saying that.
That's just it. And if care is not taken, 2027 might just be a child's play, honestly speaking. So truth be told, and you see people decamping from one party to APC and to the rest. Well, I don't know. But let's just wait and see what will happen.
Let's wait and see. Right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, more calls. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us.
Good afternoon, King Solomon.
Yes, sir. Thank you for joining us on the show today.
This is Peter from Ejubo.
Who? It's no longer that. It's no longer. It's no longer that PDP. You know. It's no longer that PDP. You know. This is a different PDP entirely. It doesn't matter.
So you can't tell us.
It doesn't matter how we enter. The truth of the matter is he's a very strong person in PDP, whether you like it or not. That's just the truth. And so taking him out is going to be a tricky situation. But I also agree with you that, I mean, the party is already in disarray anyway. So what's the point of playing to the gallery now? They can as well go all out and take him out if they want to. I agree with you on that. But let's not underestimate just how strong Wike is in that party. He is very strong. His money is in that party.
I love it, like it. I got that. Let's do it there.
Well, he has invested in the PDP. If you what is the essence? If you put your money to erect a building and you now put fire to start burning the building, what's the logic in that?
Well, you can't exactly explain some people's logic.
No, that is it. That is it. He has actually put in fact his work. Let me tell you, his job right now is to see to the disintegration of that. That's the mandate he has. And that's the compensation is that he's a minister of FCT. They have given him a clear mandate, and he is there to work for APC. Imagine if there's anti-party, is anything at anti-party, that's what he's doing. And these guys are just there looking at him. Remove that man, and not heaven will not fall. And they are just there looking at him as if he charmed them. Maybe he charmed those people. He's looking like that. It's like he just charmed everybody.
Thank you for joining us. Hello.
Hello, Solomon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for joining us on the show.
Yeah, this is Peter from Isolo.
Peter from Isolo. Okay.
Yes, I suppose the person that was hammering on Anyanwu being secretary is supposed to be Osifo. I suppose Baba is telling me is the one.
Okay.
How is this guy said? You can see when you are doing something, you know that you're not proper. How can? However, that's not my point of this case, because I'm doubting if you can be the person. But what my issue is this: PDP, I don't know their problem. How can we keep being this and be stabilizing them, telling people to do who be chairman, who knows to be chairman? And that if they come to that meeting on that year, they will beat him, they will discuss, they will do everything, they will never do anything. They must be causing problem in their party. However, our consideration is that the people we want to be our leader, 2027. They are having alternative arrangement. So if it is that platform he was trying to destabilize so that they will not gain the ambition, they are smarter than him. He will be surprised on 2027. Thank you very much, Solomon.
Thank
because Wike, he has a connection with Wike. So there is nothing you can say about it. Wike is going around. You have both almost the board of PDP. So stop this thing. As PDP, Wike has a very strong hand in making sure that the whole PDP defected to APC. He has been buying in secret. Don't worry, you see, this man, this guy, the young man, is he showing me or what? He will soon defect to APC. The one he says is the guy what from Lagos State here. He will soon defect to APC. All of them have been bought. You know, if you watch chairman of PDP behaving like a woman, he can't talk strong.
He's a well-known caller who likes confusing everyone whenever he calls. CSO Philip from Ladipo. Thank you so much, CSO Philip from Ladipo. Hi Solomon, I like the way you are moderating, and it is obvious you are neutral with the way you are interacting with callers, unlike some of your colleagues who are making your station very much predictable with their biases. Lucky Okongwaye from Iba. I hope I got that name correctly. Thank you very much, Lucky. Good afternoon, Solomon. Please, when did Peter Osifo from Obaranjeko to become an anonymous caller? Okay, Peter. You have to call us back and go to a quiet place. Wherever you are is quite noisy. We can hardly hear you. Okay, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Please call us again. So sorry about that. Network is messing us up today. Okay, Wike being a strong man, how? He's just there on a mandate to destroy the party. Wike is no longer a member of PDP, and he's writing, he's telling on the wall, he's just waiting for all the members to defect to APC. Then he now joins APC. Peter Osifo stand right so that you will not be pushing by the...
Having God, but God is not killing them. So how much if anybody decides to support any party, it's open business.
I agree.
So that is the reason that is not because he loves their station and he still wants to contribute. That is the reason why he takes that format.
Okay.
You know, they're making it so personal. And I don't think any of them contributed 1 naira. The was established. So they should just mind their own, they should all mind their business. Okay. I'm not happy with this. Okay. I love listening to VOP. So when I hear all these people, okay, it is all right. Everybody should mind their business. Please.
Okay, I agree. Please, everyone have a right to association. I mean, it is in the constitution. So, Peter Osifo, please call us whenever you want to. We can, accept your contribution. As far as how do I say this? As far as you're not harming anyone emotionally or physically, then you're free to do what you want.
You see, nobody is against Peter Osifo. You understand? Nobody is against Peter Osifo, but the way the Peter Osifo are analyzing comment, that is the reason why people are attacking him. You understand? You can't see black. You can't see black. It's called black.
Okay. Can we just stop with Peter Osifo now? Please just go ahead with your contribution with topic for today.
We are not talking about PDP. We say and doing whatever they like, because I believe PDP is giving that they are son.
Okay.
And first time, it's ridiculous. Because we need to when they from PDP.
Okay.
When PDP allow Wike to finance it, that is where the problem comes.
Yeah.
So that is my own contribution. No, then go to.
Okay.
Forever.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, I've got to read some of the messages I have here. I have quite a number of them. We have 5 more minutes to go. Good afternoon, Mr. Solo. PDAPC. And God bless Nigeria. She called for me today. Sheiko, I think you missed the profession. You should have been a comedian, okay? Your messages are usually very, very hilarious. The mission of Wiki and Mr. President is to destroy PDP, and after 2027 election is to cross to APC or Lakunle from Egbeda. In fact, this radio station is fantastic. You will understand whatever you did not know. More blessing from Ogbuefi White Nahosu. First time join. Okay, thank you very much. I hope I got that name correctly. I sincerely apologize if I didn't. Good afternoon, Mr. Solomon. Please, what makes Wike strong? Is he bragging, or is it his bragging or his expired hot drinks that makes him strong? Wike's behavior is not how to know a strong man. He's full of deceit and craftiness. Please, Mr. Stop calling him a strong man.